Welcome everyone to game number 2 between MBL and dogao in this best of 7 set for Red Bull qualifiers. The winner makes it to Red Bull Legacy. The loser gets a chance to qualify again, and here we are on Frigid Lake. MBL in the north playing as the Huns, and dogao in the south playing as the Magyars. Both players dropping down stable. Actually, I take that back. MBL going straight into archers. I expected a scout opening from our Hun player, but no. Magyars into the scouts. Our Hun player, MBL, into the archers. Oh, no archers coming out just yet, so that's kind of a misplay. Now they're coming out. Now, Frigid Lake. There's a frigid lake in the middle of the map. You can see it's got icy marsh. It's got a deep pool in the middle, and it's got ice around the edges. And there's also each town center is centered in the middle of a frigid lake of its own, which I don't think that's a very good place for a town. But there are some fish there. As MDL's villagers go ahead and kill multiple pigs. Not something you want to see at this level. So you can tell Empire Wars starts very stressful. MBL getting the walls down, trying to wall off about half of the map, it looks like. Which is a very MBL thing. Those quick walls. Not quick walls, but quick walls. That makes sense. The early walls, I should say. Makes a little more sense. The dock coming down for MBL dogao. Gets in, takes a villager. The Eco KD 1-0 for dogao. And he's out here at the dock with the spearman. dogao taking down the scout of MBL. And MBL's got the archers out. The archers not very fast. And MBL, I think, has taken the wrong strategy, in my opinion, on such a wide open map with Civ like the Huns and a map where you can't have that much eco around your town center. You see, you can't build farms around your town center because of the water, marshy water. So you're forced to build your eco farther out. And MBL agrees that he's taken the wrong strategy and now switches into some scouts of his own, but that's far too late as he's just now dropping the stable. Well, no. Yes, just now dropping the stable, making no military. This could be another quick one. MBL making a fire ship to compete with the fire ship that's already out, fire galley, I should say, for dogao, and dogao making a second one already out. And the scouts really putting the pressure on MBL with 3 eco KD. However, about 20 seconds battle TC time, leading to only a 1 eco difference. dogao's got some idle villagers hanging out somewhere, finding a way not to work. There they are. Chilling under the town center. MBL, likewise, did not have that, but has run out of food under his town center and is just oversaturating these berries, hoping to stay alive. MBL unable to pop out with this fire galley as he sees 2 of dogao. Knows it's just no good to pop out against that, and now having to make another one to try to compete with that. And archers getting picked off here from MBL, and skirmishers and archers for the defense for dogao. But now you see the scouts and archers coming out. Scout archer is, I believe, the strongest feudal age composition. Not much you can do to fight it without your own scouts and archers. And there was almost a quick wall there for dogao, but not quite. Just failed. And a villager going to pay the price. And MBL making it work as he does. Now with a lead. Even villagers and far more military. The water fight does go in favor of MBL as well. dogao adding another fire galley, but MBL already adding a third himself. MBL in the base of dogao, killing off military and threatening villagers. The Eco KD 1 to 3, however, MBL is even in the villager numbers and has a better worker efficiency last minute by quite a bit, and the archers continue to stream in to add to MBL's forces that are standing in the middle of dogao's base. 2 scouts, spearman gonna go down to an archer of dogao's. dogao really cleaning this up. There's now an archer and a skirmisher, and the spearman against 2 archers and 1 scout inside dogao's base of 14 to 3 military. Now dogao's a bit closer to Castle Age with 280 food in the bank, and MBL only 100, and a little bit better farming eco setup. Well, no, I take that back. MBL is setting up his quickly, and now I would say has definite farm lead with about 12 farms to. Oh no, again I take it back to the 14 of dogao, and dogao I think has had them a little longer. MBL, gotta watch out for that demo ship, but I think MBL going to eventually win water. He's transitioned into fishing ships. I think he might need to add another fire galley or two. And now this military really going to be pressured. And I don't see what the military count is. Okay, so a lot of MBL's military count is spearmen. Spearmen at this point in the game are completely and utterly useless because there are no scouts on the field from either player. MBL finally forced out of dogao's base. Dogao now has his own base back. And what are we going to see? One fire galley and one demo. And you're going to have to make another fire galley in stock, I think. Yeah, not going to do it. The one fire galley and one demo, not going to do it. And I think that should spur MBL to, in fact, build another fire galley, which he does. And MBL has the military control and is on the way up to the Castle Age a little quicker than dogao. Quite a bit quicker, in fact. And this is going to be tough for our Magyar player. He's going to have to transition into something other than archers. He's just going to lose the archer fight. Probably realizes that. I would expect to see a second stable and a siege workshop come down as soon as he reaches Castle Age. It's going to be a bit. No archery range. Now, I don't think you're going to like this play. You are almost a minute behind the Castle Age. You don't want to be going archers against archers when you are behind in production and behind on the way to the next stage. That's the thing. If you're doing the same thing as your opponent and your opponent is ahead, all right, you're in trouble. You have to find a way to close that gap or do something else. If you do the same thing at the same rate as your opponent, but you're behind, you're gonna lose. And MBL really putting pressure on dogao. He's gonna have himself walled in. Quick walls coming down to protect himself, at least temporarily. These are going to be crossbowmen in about a minute. And it's going to be about a minute and a half to 2 minutes before dogao is able to have crossbows. Dogao holding on desperately with these quick walls. Villager drops. And dogao's 5 villagers behind. MBL's in the next stage. And Bodkin crossbow. And I saw husbandry completing, so I think we're even going to see the cav archer switch as soon as these crossbows are done mauling the enemy. I would expect to see cav archers coming out just next. dogao, pretty far behind in military. I don't know why these crossbows are just chilling. Okay, they're coming across the map now for MBL. MBL with 16 crossbows and a knight. Okay, he's afraid of the skirmisher play, and so which would make more sense than the crossbow play. dogao now going for the crossbow. Okay, crossbow elite skirm. dogao going for crossbow elite skirm, and the archers breaking in on the left side. Archers pressuring from the center, and no villagers around the TC. You can just run under TCs on this map quite often. And enough crossbows here to deal with this. Absolutely enough to deal with that. Although crossbow now in, and elite skirmisher gonna be in soon, which evens that fight up a bit. MBL knocking down gates left and center on dogao's base, continuing to pressure. dogao has added a second town center, but so has MBL. The eco counts are 58 to 51. Military counts 29 for MBL, 14 for dogao. MBL's military walking around unhindered inside dogao's base. dogao having to go, still continuing in the crossbow production, and a forward siege workshop coming down for MBL, as well as the cav archer switch I talked about. With the Huns, the cav archers are so cheap, so effective, and it's a really dominant play. You're able to do better than the Tatar, than the Magyars. Magyars have great cav archers later in the game, but they're a lot more expensive to get into because the Hun bonus is cheap cav archers. So Huns really have the best cav archer play in the game, at least in Castle Age. Now this villager is very confused. Don't like this. MBL, notice your villager walking away from her task. Accidentally clicked the villager into the middle of dogao's base. So this siege workshop is going to come up quite a bit later than it was intended to. And this villager, in fact, is probably going to go down. MBL just donating a vill kill. No, he notices and starts to run away, and the villager just dodging all the crossbow bolts and skirmisher spears. So she gets back out of there and headed back home to do her job. These crossbows still in the back of dogao's base. 8 crossbows in the back of dogao's base. Not enough to find a whole lot of damage, but certainly enough to keep dogao busy. Dogao now with the Slate military lead, but down 10 villagers. 22, well, no, MBL with the Slate military. And the Cav archers are just kind of hanging out. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Cav archers start heading across the map. And MBL just takes a big L with that military. Those 8 crossbows that I talked about are now dead. The 3rd town center coming down for MBL, protecting the gold on the left-hand side of his base. And so now his base is pretty well protected. Town center left, right, and center with a gold in the back, gold on the left, stone on the right by the town center. Wood lines are a little sparse, but he has a town center near 2 separate wood lines, so not really protected, but somewhere to hide and run to. And the Mangonel's coming out now, and dogao not going for knights, so dogao probably unaware. Yeah, definitely unaware, but now he's aware as he gets rocked in the face by a Mangonel. Not a biggest shot, really. Not that big. I just wanted to hype it up a little bit more than it actually was. It wasn't that hype. 13 villager difference. As dogao, trying to wall himself back up, is walled up, but he's just hiding in his base. And not a really good place. The second Mangonel out now for MBL. As dogao's army tries to slip by and says, nope, we're headed back. Really kind of stuck out here now as he's walled it out. You have to delete a house to let him back in, which would be fine. Chooses not to do so to this point. And MBL just trying to get in there. And dogao, you should not hang out by your opponent's siege workshop, as now he's sandwiched by Mangonels. Sandwiched. Mangonel sandwich. Now the big hits are coming in, and I think we're going to see the GG call. The walls have to be deleted. Oh! All the army for dogao goes down. Dogao behind by a lot of villagers, by a lot of military, looking to make a counterattack happen, and there's nothing at home for MBL to stop that except the fact... Ooh, and dogao has his own Mangonels, and let's see if he does a little better this game than he did last game. And so far, nobody's lost a Mangonel yet, and we'll keep an eye on that as best we can. But these archers, these crossbows forward, have not found anything yet. Dogao has 9 crossbows at MBL's base, and okay. Dogao gets the 1 for 0 so far in the Mangonel trades, and now 2 for 0. So dogao's making the big defense happen, but 2 knights come in. 2 knights could spoil your plans, dogao. 2 knights are in on that Mangonel, and it goes down. So MBL waltzing forward to place the production buildings inside dogao's walls. And almost the 1-for-1 trade there, but dogao unable to even get the 1, and he's in. Dogao is in on MBL's eco. MBL really not showing too much concern with the 4th town center and a 5th town center now being added. And here comes the army to clean it up. So MBL was waiting for it to come in and just had an army prepped, ready to take care of it. That doesn't make a difference. Dogao realizes, I've lost. He calls the GG. MBL goes up 2. Oh boy, 2-0. Let's get that right. 2-0. Let's check the statistics before I sneeze. An MBL big KD lead, big army high lead, big eco lead, technology lead, society lead, and APM tied. So what a great game. I hope you enjoyed this game. Game 2, best of 7 qualifiers for Red Bull, Wololo Legacy. I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you